I have played Call of Dragons every single day for the past 2 years. And the ride was wild. From the total confusion on the day one, to standing in one of the most strong alliances in Call of Dragons. Here is my full journey, ups, mistakes, and the moments I will never forget. Let's rewind the time back when no one was having an idea what is going on in this game. And remember day one? Boy, day one was absolutely crazy because, before I jump in Call of Dragons, I was playing Rise of Kingdom for like 2 or maybe 3 weeks. There was one dude level 25 who basically castle attack half of the alliance, and I just decide if I don't have a shield, this guy is going to catch me with his Charles Martel and Barca. I think the Barca was the second one. But yeah, infantry, just to mention that. I'll never forget this thing, even after 2 years, this march, going from castle to castle. So we start Call of Dragons, so I didn't have that much experience in this game. There was not a lot of guides like today. Today is a full with guides, a lot of content, a lot of knowledge base, less mistakes people are making if they're, want to educate themselves over the game, watching videos like this one or my other videos. So yeah, nobody was knowing what is going on. And we start teaching ourselves how to build the castle you click. There was a tutorial back in the day. Right now, by the way, you can skip the tutorial at the beginning because I start from the beginning before maybe 1 week, just to have this feeling from starting over. And also I'm preparing a beginner guide for 2025. I'm 100% sure that I have to experience what a new player should experience before I actually make a guide for 2025. But yeah, back in the days, we was lost. We joined some alliances because, if you don't have alliance, it's going to pop up here, join this alliance or join that alliance. And we was clicking OK on everything. So yeah, that was basically the first day. Tutorial and not knowing what is going on and following the steps, killing this, I think Behemoth, or purify this Behemoth. It was so much information in day one. And speaking about the alliances, how many alliances did you join before finding your team? Here is my path. This is my alliance journey. I'm going to speak right now. Now, at the beginning, I changed in season 1 like 3, 4 or maybe 5 alliances. It was absolutely huge mess. Everybody was attacking everybody, but the first thing I start noticing when, was fighting, the winning alliance was taking the whales. I mean, not everybody was whales or krakens. I was completely free to play like a majority of the people. And when somebody, defeat our alliance, we was joining to him. Basically the active players and the players who actually take care for their castles, because there is no other indication how good is one person except his level, his power. And I switched like 3 alliances before the end of the season. In my final alliance there, I was rank 4, by the way. The YouTube channel was already created. The main reason this YouTube channel actually exists was we was fighting against the Hydra. I think a lot of people have a memory with this Hydra, and we was dying, but we was dying for like 1 or maybe 2 weeks trying to get this frame. A lot of people was only looking for this frame, because actually back in the days this frame was looking absolutely insane. So we was trying to kill the Hydra. 1 week passed, and every day we do 2 or 3 raids over the Hydra on Elite. We was not even able to beat the Hydra, and you have to enter in some time interval to get actually the frame. So I decided to make this YouTube channel, and on this YouTube channel I was posting our Behemoth fights there, and me and the rest of the officers was actually checking the performance of each individual to say we was one of the top alliances in this kingdom. So we was gathering all the active players, and there was people sitting outside, maybe 10-15 people outside waiting because there was no spot for the Hydra. Still, till the end of the season, we didn't actually manage to kill the Hydra on Elite. Not even kill the Hydra. We're not talking about the frame. As you can see, I still don't have the Hydra frame, just because, I'm a little lazy from the frame points of view. I only care about my frame. This is, the content creator frame. But yeah, back in the days, this is the start also for my channel. But this is the first alliance I was there. And then the opposite alliance, or let's say the enemies, was other two big alliance that was fighting between themselves. And we sneak out there and we take the dragon. And these alliances was having, each of these two alliances that was fighting each other was having one tier 5 person inside. But at the end of the day, they unite and they start going for us. If we didn't actually take the dragon more early, I'm not so sure we was able to get the dragon anyway. There was non-stop fightings there. That was two big alliances united together, extracted the best players with two tier 5 players inside. We was tier 4 and some of the people was even tier 3. But the choke point, I have videos on my channel. The choke points was the place where we put some keeps, and there was, you know, some people will remember the barricades. We was non-stop placing barricades there, the keeps, and non-stop there was a people who was going to play from this time period to this time period, and after this others was walking just to have like 10-15 legion on each of these keep. And it was crazy. From there we get in contact with Jetty, which the leader was Yoda. I think this bad boy actually stopped playing Call of Dragons. Absolutely great person, in my opinion. Great strateg, let's say, for the strategy, definitely. And we unite with them, with all this is basically with half of the Echo players that are right now. And Echo is that strong just because they gather people from season 1 when we was fighting against DX first. That was the Jason alliance. We, you know, after the fight, it was a friendly fight, but nobody was actually knowing it was a friendly fight. After this, we unite together against Nefisto and BXS. We win the season, and from there the TFS was created and blah blah blah. But you know, Echo is players that play for many seasons together. Anyway, we unite. We was fighting this season, and oh my god, if I go that deep in each of the alliance I actually go and how the things happen, it's going to be a very long video. But yeah, with 2 words, I jump in Jetty. From there we fight with DX, we win against DX, we unite with DX, and we fight against BXS. And that was my 3 seasons with the TFS FS gang. Now FS was a separate alliance that was in other server, basically server in other KVK, but we land in same KVK, if I remember right, something like this, and we managed, you know, to extract the players who is going where and something like this. I really don't remember. Oh my god, it was long time ago. But so far, after I leave TFS, was a moment of where I didn't actually know what is happening, and I actually didn't stop caring in which alliance I am. It's true, you know, when you're in the very nice alliance, and I can actually say that the TFS and Echo, the players there are extremely nice people, cool people, let's say it like this. And when you lose this community for one or another reason, is become little, you know, you stop that caring that much in which alliance you are. So I changed a lot of alliance from these periods. I was jumping in one alliance. I was looking for people from Europe because I'm from the Europe, because basically to be in the same time zone. And from there I jump. Yeah, it was couple seasons that I play like this, and I end up in BTX. And this alliance actually bring me the hope of the alliances, and you know, the team connection, fun part, you know, this fun part that exists in the game. Even though that we're going to farm for like 1.5 months, I'm pretty confident the next KVK that is coming, we're going to be prepared and we're going to perform like crazy. But yeah, right now I'm in BTX and I'm so happy here. I'm happy here. And if you like this type of reflection, don't forget to smash that like button, just so I can know to make more of these story style versions videos. And before I go serious about the PvP, I was obsessed with something else, and that was Behemoths were my obsession. And it's true, because I actually invest in the Syndrian and Frygar. Both of them, as you can see, is awakened. Now the 6-star only Syndrian is having, because I didn't understand, is both of the heroes having 6 stars is going to stack together, or is not. And this is the reason why Syndrian is 6-star and Frygar is not. Now later in the game I understand that, you know, if you have like 2 heroes and both of them are 6 stars, you're going to get all the percentage, like from the Legion is going to be 10% attack resistance and 10% defense penetration. But back in the days I didn't actually know. There was, I think I even write to ask from Call of Dragons what is the things, and I don't have the chats from back in the days. But yeah, at this point I was going to make the Lilia 6-star, and I focus overall in the mages. But at the beginning I remember, yo, I was crazy to be in the top 3. I was crazy to go in the top 3 in the Behemoths fight. Now people are looking at the Behemoths right now, it's like, well, you just enter, they have like 5 stacks, this is 10% per stacks, they're going to receive 50% more damage from my attacks. Back in the days, to kill a Behemoth was something that, especially if you don't have a lot of tier 5 players, it was something achievable. We was feeling that thing as achievement to kill the Hydra on Elite, to kill the Necro Giant on Elite. It was extremely hard Behemoths. Right now the game make it way more easy. I remember the bear, the deer bear, this is the only frame I get from the season 1. And it take me like 2 weeks to kill the deer bear. 2 weeks, and the way we actually killed the deer bear in the season 1 was using one artifact. I'm going to show you the artifact. We get clever, we get in strategy with this thing. This is the clever, this is the details. Remove one debuff or impairment effect from up to 5 surrounding friendly legions. This artifact can be done, cast, blah blah blah. That was basically clearing the pink thing that this bear was putting on the ground. And since we was not having, you know, we was not having a tier 5 player, neither some crazy boosters, cow tier 5 players. So it was extremely painful, this Behemoth. But you know, from these 2 weeks with the Hydra stuffs, I actually developed some competition in me, because if something is hard and you achieve it, is, you know, you feel very good and you want to increase how hard is the things. And okay, maybe not always, but I was looking to fight for the Behemoth, and that's why in the season 2 when Syndrian and Frygar show up, I was knowing the main power of the marksmans was actually their normal attack. It was not their rage skill, because in the season 1 you're going to have Nico, you're going to have Kinara. Both of these 2 heroes, maybe exception is Nico, because Nico is having the precision talent tree, also is having this talent. Rage skill, Legion, blah blah blah, that is increasing after casting a rage skill, normal attack damage bonus and counter attack damage bonus. This second one is for PvP, but yeah, you have rage skill heroes that is doing damage with their rage skill. But I was knowing Marksman is having the biggest attack in this game, so I have to get advantage of this. And when the game presents Syndrian and Frygar, I see exactly this. You're going to get a second attack, 20% more attack, you get also critical, and Syndrian and Frygar was performing like a crazy against Behemoths. Now at some point again I enter in very competitive alliance, and this alliance was, you know, doing everything in the Augustone. So the second the Behemoth lair opened, like everybody was rushing inside. And that was around 4 AM on my country time, so I was not able to participate. And slowly, you know, when this Behemoth is at this time, the next fight for the Behemoth is going to be around midnight again. Most likely I'm going to sleep, so slowly I just force myself from the Behemoths. But I was obsessed with the Behemoths back in the days. It was absolutely crazy. And remember your first awakened hero. Mine was Syndrian and Frygar, awakening heroes that I have in the season 1. Now in season 1, actually not in season 1, but basically the first awakening heroes, because in season 1, if you're not spending in the game, I have to be honest, you're not going to have anything awakened. Maybe some, at best in season 1 you can have Ileana awakened, because Ileana is extremely easy to be awakened. You just need to, you know, this dose that the game actually give us. Okay, it's not actually here. This cursed dose, yeah, abandoned puppet, have 825. So, you know, you rally this type of event, you summon more Ileanas, and you get the token. So at best you may actually have Iliana Awakened. Still, this is a hero from season 1. This is Bakshi, for example. Even for some reason I get raw punishment at level 5, which I have never invest anything or chased this artifact. But yeah, none of my heroes normally, naturally, are awakened from season 1. So the first heroes that I awake was actually Syndrian and Frygar. Again, I was focused over PvP. My Lilia at this point was something like 5-1-1-1 or 5-2-3-2, something like this. It was not awakened. But my Syndrian and Frygar get the awakening just for the Behemoths, because I was obsessed with the Behemoths, and people back in the days was valuing people who is good on the Behemoths because they know mechanics. To kill the Behemoth, you're going to get a frame, maybe new Behemoths is going to come in the game. Some of the Behemoths is hard, as I mentioned, like the Hydra, Necro Giant on Elite, and people was valuing people who is performing very good, putting a lot of damage. And the main thing in the Behemoths is just you have to keep your Legion alive. You have to avoid any kind of damage that may happen to you. But yeah, this is the first heroes. Later, the other hero that I awake was actually a Lilia. The main reason I awake Lilia was when I was opening tier 5. So you can see this is after like 1 year. I think it take me 1 year to open the tier 5, but when I was before opening the tier 5, it was about the rally drums, and those rally drums was needing Theatry. And I opened the VIP shop, and I always know that in the Lilia chest there is also Theatry. As you can see, it's like 600 and you get Lilia tokens. Here is again Lilia tokens, 800, and I was knowing I'm going to play mages. And I was like, okay, but you know, I don't want to buy the bundle right now, especially the last one that is like 100 bucks, something like this. I was like, oh, it looks but yeah, I actually buy it, and with the Theatry I support opening the rally icon. And Lilia is the best hero that you can actually awake. This is adding 1 extra legion, and hitting 1 extra legion you have 50% to apply Scorch. That is going to do 1000 extra damage. It's basically 200 per second for 5 seconds, and you can even spread this thing around the other legion. So awakening Lilia, if you're a mage main, is something like a must, but I didn't actually think like this back in the days. So yeah, that was the heroes that I awake. After Lilia, I awake Bertrand Tohar. These 2 heroes. I didn't actually awake Velen. The main reason is, I guess like most of the players are thinking, is this hero is from the gold keys. I'm going to awake him one day, you know, and it's true. It's true. But the way awakening the season 1 heroes are going is crazy. It's just so slow. Even for example, my Emrys. Okay, let's get the Bakshi. I think Bakshi, it's basically same. Okay, let's say Emrys is better, you know. And by looking the Emrys, I still need 2-3 skills. And if I check, it's 75. I have only 3 tokens. The next one maybe is going to be 75 again. The next one is maybe going to be 8. So you can see how big, what amount those heroes are needing from season 1 to actually be awakened. This is crazy, and this is after 2 years. And I'm VIP from long time, VIP 15 from long time, and I received like 2 gold keys per day. It's just, and then when I saw that, I decided to be something like, it's not going to be easy. I don't think this is going to be happening anywhere soon, you know, with the gold keys to awake your Velen. And Velen is extremely strong hero. Everything here is extremely aggressive. There is no waste of spells. Basically no waste of spells anywhere. And this spell, if you pair him with Woldir, going to even get more damage like this. So, you know, I start investing in the Velen, and from there my investments in the season 1 heroes from the gold key start. The other hero that I invest also is Thea. I think Thea is a must-have hero. She's basically perfect with all the type of heroes existing in Call of Dragons. You can be marksman, you can use Thea. You can have flying heroes, you can use Thea. You're a mage, you can use Thea. You're using gathering heroes, you can use Thea. Thea is just, I don't know, the MVP from the season 1 heroes so far. And she's also overall, which make her perfect to be you know, in combination with the different heroes. You're not going to have some rage skill that is like medium range. This is not going to work well with the mages, stuff like this. So yeah, that was my path with awakening heroes. And don't forget, you can share your stories in the comments below. Where did you fall involved with the game and what changed it for you? And as I mentioned, with a fewer chances for the Behemoths, I have to evolve, you know, like a Pokemon. I have to evolve. The switch to PvP focus. And by not having Behemoths, the Behemoths was not that hard because the TFS was already built and they have a lot of strong players. I think Season 2 actually start with TFS. Season 1 plus, you know, Jerry, DX, I already mentioned that, fighting BXS and blah blah blah. So the Behemoths was no longer an issue. We didn't have that big problem with the Behemoths. So I was have to switch to actually do some PvP. Because you're entering in competitive alliance, at this point of time, TFS was the strongest alliance in Call of Dragons. The whole Call of Dragons. So everybody was looking to compete with the strongest. And you know, if you're the strongest, the rest is combining against you or something like this. I don't know the words, what was the sentence about this, but yeah, TFS was on the top and no issue with the Behemoths and only PvP left. And defending reputation with 2 words. And from there come the first pain, if I can actually use this word, in PvP, because I was strongly focused over my economy talent tree, because at the season 1 plus, even 2, I was on the top of gathering. I have my economy talent tree, I have here all these things, or gathering speeds, watt capacity, everything here, everything was here. Here, there was nobody, only tier 4. Tier 4, and this one I started a suit strategy, and I think from level 7 to level 8 was some crazy time. Of course, this the last levels of these researches is something like crazy as a time. Also for this one, not gonna lie, also for this one. But anyway, I actually start doing some PvP and I get crushed. But that was the moment I switched the cavalry. I was seeing that on the battlefield, even though that I was having Lilia 5-1-1-1 or 5-2-3-2, I don't remember when I change it and I get the next bundle. But with Velin and Bertrand Toher was a mages that normally you get presented with the marksmen. After this come the cavalry, after this come the infantry, and last one is actually the mages. And from there come the marksmen, the next generation. So I was not having Bertrand Toher. I was have to think about something. I was using Lilia with Thea and Woder with Velen. But I get crushed, so I was have to start be smart of my play. I see, you know, you go on the battlefield, and again, you're in the top alliance in Call of Dragons. You're facing the top boys, you know. Right now with the migration system, one alliance can actually go on other generation and fight with other KVKs and blah blah blah. But back in the days, we was put it all together. So I have to go smart, and from there I actually start using my cavalry. Mostly I was playing cavalry and getting advantage. You see somebody in the mine, you strike him. You're going to kill donkey. That's fine. Today is donkey, but nobody in war times is going to kill donkeys. So the next time, from 30k donkeys is going to be 30k infantry. And even if they are tier 5, I even have a video on my channel how I strike a tier 5 legions, infantry legions with my cavalry, and I get an advantage there. And the main reason I get advantage there and I get way better traits is because they sent Chakcha with tier 5 infantry. They sent Kewa with tier 5 infantry. And first of all, the legion is small. And the second thing is these heroes are not boosting the troops. The talents here is a gathering one. You don't have anything boosting your legion, except if you go and get some march speed or something like this. So I have a great advantage with my cavalry, even knowing that those heroes there is a tier 5, but it's with gathering heroes. So yeah, this is the way I approach the PvP, because I saw you go in the bow with the mages, and just from splash damage of awakening Lilias and Valiants, you just get so much damage. So yeah, I always have to think about plan B, especially for the PvP. It was crazy, not gonna lie. And don't forget to subscribe if you ever been that annoying cavalry hitting gathering heroes or the one getting hit by it. But the game evolved, so I did, and I'm talking about the Mage era begins. Now I was playing with the cavalry, but people slowly become more and more smart. What I mean by that is not only they become smart, but in season 1 plus 2, people are still building, you know. You start, let's say, Alliance Center, and it costs you like couple hours or maybe like 10 hours, 12 hours. With the Alliance help, this time is reduced. So you need a lot of resources, and you cannot actually get these resources by Foundry, by Mint or Limber Mill. You have to go out and gather, and this is giving great advantage for the people who is using cavalry like me to actually go and strike these gathering legions. The only way to not be like this is to jump in the other zone where I cannot actually catch you, and to farm there. But this costs 300 gems because you have to buy teleports. So you know, most of the people was not doing that, and there was even that I kill them, they continue gathering. But later in the season 1, season 2, 2 plus, season 3, less and less people was gathering, because you know, you start one research. For example, let's say a suit strategy 1, and you started from level 8 to level 9. Most likely this is going to be something like 60 days. I don't remember quite well, but it's definitely something a long time. And you don't need any more resources, because this research is going to cost you the whole season, let's say it like this. If you're not using any speed ups, or your research speed is a small, and you start to researches like this, and here you go. You just don't need resources for your College of Order or the Academy. Same for the building. You start your half order. Most of the people was even timing starting the half order, and when the strongest were coming the next season, they was finishing their half order, and they was getting decent amount of points just by boosting the power and stuff like this. So you see, less and less people are actually interested of getting resources, and there was basically not people farming. So from there I was pleasured to actually pressure it to actually evolve. And then I actually start using the mages. I start focus more and more of the mages. Bertrand also come in the game, or I think it was before that, but anyway, I start focusing more over the mages, start developing the mages and so on. So that was the shift from the cavalry to the mages, just because people was not needing any more the resources, and I lose my edge like this, because if now nobody is farming, there's nobody to get striked. And in PvP fights, in the last wars, right now cavalry is way more different story, but in the last wars, you disappear. You basically disappear if you get close with your cavalry to the dead both mages and marksmen inside. So yeah, this is the moment I actually switch to mages, and this is where the Mage era begin. And don't forget, you can get early access to all of my videos and all of my stream history. You can join the channel as a member and never miss a moment. So where I'm now, right now, in the one of the top alliances again. We're stuck at, and this is the present and the future. Right now I'm in BTX. Last season we was needing to join first of all in War Generation, so we can find a server that can actually hold all the players we're looking to get. And we make this sacrifice because there was a difference in the time. First we was 88 people, we fight against 8-way and rest of the players, and then also free to play, but we was just 88. The next season we actually get the people we was looking, and we become very strong. And we end up against not that strong alliances, and right now we're skipping KVK, so we're going to be able to fight with the top boys, let's say it like this, the top alliances, because we're apart from the top alliances. We're extremely strong. We have great hopes. We're like right now 24.6 billion power, and we have a hope that we're going to get a lot of fun fighting against more strong alliances. And by fighting against competitive alliance, first of all, the players don't, give it up after 1-2 hours, and they continue fighting even if they lose some territory. They continue fighting even if they get blocked close to the gate. If this is just the gate, and you're blocking this gate with towers, they're going to continue fighting. It's way more different gameplay where you're playing with the top alliances. So this is the future so far. There is a restriction and rules in the alliance. Everybody should put their effort. We cannot count on, for example, like 30 or 40 core members who always show up on the battlefield. I'm also guilty from the previous season. I think I have like something like 2 million merits, but 2 million merits. We was having just 3-4 fights there. That was for like 1 hour, 2 hours. So, you know, I didn't put any effort in general. But yeah, in the future, definitely in the next KVK, a lot of effort should be put it, because we're going to face strong alliances. And more alliances become stronger, more and more active people are joining in Call of Dragons. They're looking to be in the top places, and it's going to be interesting, definitely. I'm going to make streams on this channel for sure, for the PvP that we're going to make, and basically everything. So yeah, this will be for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit one like and subscribe if you enjoyed so far. You can become a member to support the channel and get some extra benefits, and see you in the next video.